Gemini. Hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late August, moving into September 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate you. But let's get right into this reading here, my friends. We're going to get right down to business with an oracle card, just so we can test out the energy and see what's up for the lovely Geminis out there. I hope you're all fantastic, my friends. So my guides, talk to me. What do we got for the Geminis? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on. It's always very interesting to me. But let's get this first card out here. What do we got for Gemini, please? All right. Yeah, this deck has been acting kind of, I don't want to say strange, but the cards have been very erratic lately, like flying out of my hands. Okay, we do have this bound up angel in this first position. Nothing to get nervous about. It can speak about a constriction, similar to the Eight of Swords as well. We'll speak about it, though. There's a lot to break down there before we do, though. If you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, I would really like for you to get acquainted with the like button. It doesn't have to be anything serious. You don't have to be best friends. I just think it would be nice if you got to know each other. But into the reading we go. Enough of all that. If you look at the imagery on this card, you see that beautiful angel. It's bound up in that red ribbon. So to me, this can be a bit constricted. Maybe some of you are feeling like your hands are tied in some sort of situation. You might be feeling bound up in some sort of way. Could even be feeling cornered. Okay, but yeah, notice this angel's wings are tied. Now, usually this is a fleeting type of energy. Like, it comes and it goes very quick. Make sure you're not overthinking in this time as well, because this does remind me of the Eight of Swords, where it could be a little anxious, a little stressed out. But remember, this is just a little footnote. We're going to put it down. But yeah, it can speak about somebody feeling trapped. So it's not, I don't like to lead off a reading with it. Let's get into tarot. I'll get you 3 in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify. And yeah, once again, that first card, it's just a footnote. It doesn't make or break anything. Let's shuffle it up one time here for the Geminis, my guides. Let's get these first 3 out. So, last week's reading was pretty positive, and it seems like week by week, there's been a bit of like an up and down, back and forth, back and forth. Last week's reading was titled Big Win Incoming. The week before that was an unexpected issue. So we're going to see what we have this week. As you know, energy is never set in stone. Only take this how it hits for you, because it could be your energy. It could be someone you're linked to as well. Let's get this first card out here. What's up with Gemini, please? Late August. Thank you. All right, we do have the Ace of Wands here, my friends. And this could be a very good way to start a reading, but it could also be a bit combative. So your temper might be a little hotter than usual. I'm not going to make that a bad card. All right, we do have the Nine of Pentacles here. This is looking better. I will say that. Let's get one more out here, because there's still much to go. I do like that Nine of Pentacles, that feeling of independence. Now, we do have the Eight of Wands here, and I'm using the vice versa tarot before we go further. And this is like one of those decks where it has a front side, it has a back side. It talks about the duality of each card. So we're going to take it as it is. Both of these cards, well, 2 of the cards on the extreme ends are wands, very fiery type of energy. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get the juicy intuitive stuff. So position number 1, we do have this Ace of Wands on the positive side. And to me, all aces are opportunities. I always say that. The Ace of Wands could speak about what you're directing your energy towards. Are you wasting your energy? Or are you putting it towards good, worthwhile pursuits? This card can also speak about one's sexuality or libido. So for some of you, you might be a little more wound up than you normally are with the Ace of Wands here. But generally, it could be a good opportunity that lights a fire within you, or we could be speaking about your motivation, your passion, your drive. Moving to the center, we have the Nine of Pentacles, usually a very good positive card. Notice the imagery here. You see this lovely lady, she is standing firm. She's surrounded by pentacles. That nature is just blooming up out of everywhere. So this is a huge card of abundance to me. But it's also a card of independence. So whether it's independence that you're searching for, yearning for, maybe some of you have stepped into independence haphazardly in some sort of way, like, oh, no, now I got to do it on my own type of stuff. But this could be very abundant. So we do still have positive energies holding over from last week. Moving over to the very back end, though, it's feeling a little volatile to me. So we're going to really want to clarify these. We have the Eight of Wands. And you see the side of this card. You see that lightning. Now, usually this card could speak about communication. It could speak about talks, messages, backs and forths. This can be a little bit combative sometimes, all right? And it could be very fast moving. This could be the energy of shock, awe, very similar to the Tower. This is one of the fastest moving cards in the deck. So whether it's very volatile and fast change, whether it's a communication that gets a little bit out of hand, this is something that we're going to need to take a look at for sure, because it's extremely fiery, it's extremely fast. So there can be the energy of shock and surprise here, which I have been seeing for you in recent weeks. So with all that being said, Gemini, let's dive deeper on all of this. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the lovely Geminis, please. Let's see what's going on for my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research, rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. What's going on that Ace of Wands? And as always, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you read tarot yourself and you're feeling a message you want to give to Gemini, you could just drop it down below. I don't mind. So let's see what's going on here for the Geminis, my gods. Definitely an explosive, fiery energy. But let's see what's up. Why is this Ace of Wands here? Hopefully it's explosive in a good way. Thank you. All right, yeah, to me, I'm getting the vibe of somebody that's just trying to keep everything together. Interesting, we have the Two of Pentacles showing up on the reverse side of it. And I do get the vibe of somebody who's like, listen, I just got to keep all these ducks in a row. I just got to keep it together. You might be going through a stressful time right now. That's what this is intuitively telling me. Like I said, you might be running a little hotter than you usually do. Your temper might be like walking a thin line. This is somebody just trying to keep everything together, keep their head straight, keep everything going the way it's supposed to go. Okay, because things could be a little volatile, and I'm still feeling that. I really want to get over to that Eight of Wands on the back end, but with the Ace of Wands and the Two of Pentacles in reverse, for some of you, it could be a false opportunity. So beware of false opportunities. If there's something that's too good to be true in this time, it absolutely is. So this could be a warning. But I'm getting the vibe of someone just trying to keep things together. Keep it moving, keep everything rolling. You know, it's kind of like a maintenance type of energy too. Like, listen, I don't have to make improvements. I just got to keep the wheels rolling. We're going to keep moving over. We do have like a lot of pentacles showing up here as well. So monetary issues could be on the mind. Work issues could be on the mind. Let's see what's up. What's going on that Nine of Pentacles for the Geminis? Thank you. All right, we do have the Hanged Man here. You might be dealing with an individual that is extremely stubborn and hard-headed. Okay, for a portion of you, that's the first thing, or somebody that's very much set in their ways. Okay, that's the vibe I'm picking up here in the center. Very interesting. Now, you know, there's some people in life, they're very malleable, right? They're willing to hear you out. They're willing to talk to you. They're willing to change their opinions. Not this energy right in the center. For some of you, that could be a mode you're in right now, too. Knowing what you are willing to accept, knowing what you're not. Okay, like knowing your boundaries. So this is a big energy of somebody either setting or keeping boundaries in place. Like, don't cross that line. Don't cross that boundary. For some of you, you might need to set strong boundaries. Now, when Hangman shows up, it could represent a Scorpio in your life. Some people even say Virgo. I do think whoever this is, even if this is your energy, speaking about boundaries, speaking about abundance, things will solidify for you, especially if there's been explosive, volatile things happening. Things will settle down and solidify for you. Things will improve. It just might take a little bit of time. That's what I'm feeling here. This is improvement with time. Okay, I wouldn't expect like fast improvements here. Okay, and of course, remember, this could be various different situations, all right? You just fit it to your life. But we're going to keep moving over. Could even be someone that they found their happy place. They found their lane and they're happy to stay in it. Let's go over to that Eight of Wands, because that's been piquing my interest since the beginning. So why is this Eight of Wands here? Then we'll do a quick recap before the Shadow card. So why is the Eight of Wands here? Thank you. Okay. This is something that you might want to watch out for sure. We do have Judgment in the upright here underneath this Eight of Wands, and it's so fiery, it's so fast, it's so shocking. A lot of you, it could be a decision, right? It could be a snap decision that you have to make, or you change your mind about something suddenly. But to me, this is very explosive, quick and fast possible communication. Beware of conflict in this time for sure, because both of these cards are extremely powerful. Now, yes, judgment can also be karmic and stuff like that, but usually it's spirit moving something along regardless. When I see this with the Eight of Wands, they're both so powerful. There might be some sort of explosive communication here, or something that comes out suddenly, shockingly, like you hear from someone you haven't heard from in a long time. You learn something about somebody you haven't heard from in a long time. This is like shocking news or explosive communication of some kind. So these things are possible in this time. That's what I'm feeling. And this Eight of Wands has been a little unsettling to me ever since the beginning. So do with that what you will. Look into it further if you'd like, but just know, expect the unexpected in this time. And I did see that for you a couple of weeks ago as well, but this is more like shocking, either shocking news coming in or an explosive conversation for sure. So beware of that, okay? Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. In position number one, we have the Ace of Wands with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Like I said, this is a very maintenance-like type of energy where somebody's just trying to keep everything moving, right? Like keeping their head on straight, business as usual. Like, listen, like it doesn't have to be well improved. I just want it to continue progressing, right? Like this isn't somebody trying to make waves here. For some of you, beware of false opportunities in this time. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. In the center, we have the Nine of Pentacles with the Hanged Man in the upright. This was giving me the vibe of somebody that may be very hard-headed, set in their ways, or stubborn, so beware of that. For some of you, you might need to set strong boundaries, or you could be in that mode where you're like, yeah, I know what I'm going to accept, I know what I'm not going to accept. So do with that what you will. For some of you, it could be someone that's happy where they are. On the very back end, we have the Eight of Wands, that thunder version with judgment. Sure, it could be a snap decision, somebody changing their mind, but it was also giving me the vibe of either like some shocking news coming in, unexpected news, or an explosive talk of some sort. So beware of that. There could be some back and forths in this time where things just get a little out of hand. So please take a screenshot. We're going to get you one shadow card here. See what's in the shadows for Gemini. I always think it's a good thing to look within at the end of every spread. So we're going to do that. Whether it's a new one, old one, it's in the shadows for Gemini. Using the Shadowland Tarot. It's in the shadows. That was an interesting spread, my friends. It really was. I would look into those cards further for sure. All right, we have the Eight of Pentacles. A lot of you, there could be some situation tied with work that's not sitting right, or what you do for a living, or how you make money. There's something attached to that showing up in the shadows. It could even be work ethic as well. But the Eight of Pentacles is usually a card of working diligently. It's a craftsman type of energy of dedication. Okay, so when it shows up in the shadows, we're looking at the inverse of that. This could represent a time you may have given up on something a little bit too early, or you might be tempted to give up on something, or you might just be in a crappy work situation and you might want to shift and change it. Okay, that could be big here. So Gemini, please do with that what you will, my friends, but don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of Dreams. It's one of my favorites. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments which tarot suit you think is the most positive, whether it's Cups, Pentacles, Swords, Wands. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As usual, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.